it's my pleasure to yield time to Mr. Gowdy.
Thank you, Sheriff. I want to thank you for your service to the country and to the great state of Washington. I want to thank Judge Poe. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank Sheriff Nugent and my friend and colleague from South Carolina, Joe Wilson, who is the father of a prosecutor. Mr. Speaker, Alan Jacobs was going to be a father again, but this time was going to be a little bit different. He was already the father of two precious little boys, but he was going to be the father of a little girl. His wife, Megan, and he were expecting a child this July. And life had prepared Officer Jacobs very well to be a father. He was an outstanding student and athlete in Greenville, South Carolina, and he put that athleticism and intelligence to work for our country in the United States Army. He was deployed to Iraq, Mr. Speaker, for 15 months. And he even volunteered to live in the neighborhoods of Baghdad because he understood that all people want to live in a peaceful, secure environment. And after Iraq, he was deployed to Haiti because he wanted to help the Haitian people in the aftermath of their tragic earthquake. But, Mr. Speaker, the tug of fatherhood is strong. So Alan decided to return to the upstate of South Carolina, but his desire to protect and serve others and to provide peace and security to others never dissipated. So he left the uniform of the United States Army and put on the uniform of the Greenville City Police Department. And he pursued that calling with the same vigor and the same strength and the same professionalism that epitomized every other facet of his life. Whether it was service on the SWAT team, ops on the court, or the patrol officer for schools, or a gang resistance team. Mr. Speaker, Alan Jacobs would stop his patrol car from time to time to shoot basketball with young men in the inner city of Greenville who did not have the father figure that he was to his boys and that he would be to his daughter. Now, Mr. Speaker, I learned all of this from Alan's mother in a telephone call we had 2 days before his funeral. This strong man who survived Iraq and Haiti and boot camp and police officer training couldn't survive an encounter with a teenage gang member who had just been released from jail. Never even had a chance to unholster his weapon, Mr. Speaker. Just trying to protect, serve, enforce the law. And he was ambushed. Now, his funeral gave all of us an opportunity to reflect not only on his life, but on the lives of all the other folks in the upstate of South Carolina who died in the line of duty, whether it be Russ Sorrow or Kevin Carper or Eric Nicholson or Marcus Whitfield or Greg Aaliyah, who was killed in the line of duty, as my friend from Columbia made note of, and his wife is here, and his parents are here, and his aunt is here. And they have a little boy that's less than 1 year old. So I want to say this in conclusion, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank all the women and men in uniform who are willing, most of us are not willing to do, and interact with people that most of us are not willing to interact with, and miss things in life that most of us are not willing to miss. But I especially want to send a message, Mr. Speaker, to Alan Jacobs' two sons and his daughter on the way, and Greg Aaliyah's son. Their fathers lived a life of service and sacrifice and significance. And they left the greatest legacy that you can ever leave children, which is a good name to be proud of. And I would yield back.